Here we go. Hey Grandma, it's Jesse and Jean, and we've got some news we wanted to share with you.
We're getting married, and furthermore, we're getting married this year, August 18th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the North Point Lighthouse. Now, we know it's a bit of a trek, so just in case you couldn't make it, we wanted to make this video about why we appreciate you and why we would love to have you at our wedding.
So Grandma, I think it goes without saying that you're one of my biggest fans, and I don't really think that you've ever gotten the true appreciation that you've deserved. And I just want you to know that I know I've told you that before, but without you, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I owe a lot of that to both you and Grandpa. And, well, he's not with us anymore. You are, and you are by far the toughest person that I know. And whenever somebody asks the question or talks about who's the strongest person you know, that's my grandmother. And it really bothers me how you've been treated in the past few years, but I can't control how other people act or how they feel. I can only control the way I feel, and I love you. And I'm just so grateful for all the memories that we had together, the cooking together and playing cards and just being able to go over to your house every weekend. And maybe I didn't necessarily appreciate it when I was in the moment as much as maybe I should have, but looking back on it, it was a real blessing to be able to go over to your house and spend Friday and Saturday evening and Sunday, and then it was just a really great way. And it's something that I know it was very much for my parents so they could have the weekend just to themselves, but it's something that I really wish that I could do as well. That I think it was really special and really important, and I'm just really grateful for that time that we had together. And even though I know we don't talk to each other or see each other as much as we did back then, it always feels like we just pick off where things left off. And you're such a great storyteller, and I'm really appreciative for that. And it's something that I try and use, even though I'm much more of an introvert, and I think you're much more of an extrovert. You definitely have a great stage presence and showmanship to you, and I really admire that. And you're a fantastic entertainer, and it's something that whenever I have people over to my house, I try and do it like you do, Grandma. And you know, I've always felt that you always did the right thing, no matter what it inconvenienced you or how it made you feel. You always did the right thing, and that's what I try and do. And that's what I always say to Jean or to anybody else, is when there's decisions that are tough or unpopular or maybe not the easiest thing to do, I just think about what would be the right thing to do. And I get that from you, Grandma. So I just want to say thank you for always being there for me, for being one of my biggest fans, for all the time that we've gotten to spend together. And I'll always cherish that. So thank you.
I know that I've only gotten to meet you a handful of times, but the times that I did, I really appreciated. I thought you were welcoming and hilarious. I still to this day tell the story of, where are those things on your chest? I was completely speechless. I just was, with Jesse and your family, and I was like, I'm trying to be polite, but at the same time, I couldn't think of anything else that you could be referring to. And it was really funny. And I always just thought you were such, like Jesse said, you care so much about Jesse. And he talks all the time about going over to your guys' house over the weekend and how special that was to him. And I think that was one of the first big kind of family stories that he really started to tell me. And it was one of the things that made me realize how much he cared about his family. And it's one of the things that I really love about him. So the other important thing, though, about this video, other than just how much we appreciate you and how much we both really love Jesse, is that there's this form down here. It's just an RSVP form. It has some questions, including advice for what you think we should do on our honeymoon. So please write something. Please write whatever you want. And we hope to see you soon.
I don't know if Aunt Beth has told you or not, but I am coming to Fort Lauderdale. I will be there. I'm going to be on the East Coast, so I will actually see you come the end of March. So March 30th, I'm coming into town, and we'll be in Fort Lauderdale until April 4th. So I look forward to spending time with you there and getting more sage advice, like keeping my mouth shut for marriage. So we love you, Grandma.
Bye, Grandma.